Yes, I've just started a new job, and I've only been on it for like 6 weeks. And I work with food. I'm a dietary person, and I was tested. My employer tested me, and I became positive with the COVID. And I became sick on the job, and that's why I went to the hospital. And they said I was positive. And my employer's been having me to come in every 2 to 3 days to retest because they said I have to be negative twice before I can come back to work. But they say I'm not eligible for any pay or any unemployment because I hadn't been working with them long enough.
Okay. Well, Dominique, your employer's wrong. You could be employed with them for 1 day and still be entitled to those benefits. So privately, we will talk with you further off the air on that. But yes, you have to test negative according to the CDC guidelines. That is what all employers are going by, is that you have to have 2 negative tests. And they say, well, if the tests are so good, why do you need 2 of them? Well, because we don't know right now whether the tests are so good. So right now, the standard of care for employers is to make sure that we have 2 negative tests before we allow somebody to come back into the workforce. And it sounds like you're getting set up every 2 to 3 days on the testing, which is fantastic. And I'm glad. I am so happy. It sounds like that you have not had any devastating effects from the exposure to COVID. But let's work through this where you're entitled to this. You're not entitled to unemployment. Your employers are accurate about that. But you should be entitled to pay if your employer has taken the payroll protection or received an SBA loan. And so we need to talk a little bit more about that off the air. We'll call you tomorrow to get that information. And that way we can narrow it down for you and hopefully be able to help you out a little bit.